You may have watched a lot of movies and read a lot of posts explaining what INFJs and Sigma INFJs are like, but do you know what makes them different from one another? These distinctions, whether obvious or not, can have an unanticipated impact on their day-to-day existence. What then are these distinctions? I'm going to demonstrate the distinctions between the Sigma INFJ and the INFJ Empath. 1. Inspirational versus mysterious. INFJ empaths are charismatic because they have a greater connection with people, whereas Sigma INFJs are charming because of their enigmatic aura. There's always something new to learn about with Sigma INFJs, and plenty of lessons to be learned from INFJ empaths. Instead of staying behind their concrete walls and going about their own business, these sensitive folks would much rather make spiritual connections with others. They make an effort to connect with those who require encouragement and inspiration to pursue their goals. Through heartfelt and unforgettable moments of thought-provoking dialogue, they hope to uplift, inspire, and positively influence others' lives. It is only a question of preference, thus it doesn't mean that the Sigma INFJ isn't capable of accomplishing all of these things. All they choose to do is connect more with themselves than with anyone else, and they think that's okay. Do you come across as more enigmatic or inspirational? 2. Sigma INFJs follow their own path, while INFJ empaths encourage group efforts. Like lone wolves, Sigma INFJs would rather be by themselves in their office cubicle, minding their own business. Even if that someone is another INFJ, they don't want anyone to step foot inside their doors and suggest working as a team. They are simply pleased to keep their development a secret until they eventually arrive, and don't want to rely on anyone. INFJ empaths, however, are distinct. They strive tirelessly to achieve a shared objective and have no boundaries when it comes to drawing insights from creative and like-minded people. INFJ empaths are simply introverted people who yearn to interact with others without jeopardizing their mental health and inner serenity. This is not an extroverted characteristic. 3. While Sigma INFJs express love through hard work, INFJ empaths manifest it through emotional support. The INFJ empath wants to aid people who are in great need of moral and emotional support. They yearn to serve those who feel less heard, loved, and appreciated, as well as to be tools for the defenseless. They also have a warm spot in their hearts for anyone who comes to them for consolation and guidance. INFJ empaths who do a good job of embodying these roles will feel satisfied and spiritually happy, while Sigma INFJs are also capable of having a tender heart for individuals who are close to them. Their main goal is to surround themselves with a high wall of bricks so that they can work on improving themselves and helping others who require their expertise. To put it simply, INFJ empaths show their love for humanity by being present, whereas Sigma INFJs do the same by quietly striving to help those in need. Does this imply, however, that Sigma INFJs don't value people's confidence? 4. Different methods for appreciating their humanity. To experience the whole gamut of emotions that accompany their existence, the Sigma INFJ opts to isolate themselves from the outside world and reject all external stimuli. When INFJ empaths say they're enjoying life to the fullest, they really mean it, so they can't help but feel drawn to being healers. They are happy and fulfilled because of the amazing things they do for other people, which is why they never stop helping those in need. Though they are capable of emotional independence as well, their sense of aliveness comes from providing the unwanted with company. Both are capable of embodying the other, but they follow different routes to experiencing the full joy of life. 5. While Sigma INFJs use empathy to investigate, INFJ empaths use empathy to mend the broken. Whether you like to admit it or not, as a Sigma INFJ, you are not particularly excellent at relating to people and trying to cheer them up. Instead, you utilize this ability to evaluate people and learn more about them. Conversely, INFJs empathize just for the purpose of empathizing, neither more nor less. Their goal is to provide everyone who deserves it with a safer, warmer, and happier planet. It's not that Sigma INFJs aren't interested in providing words of affirmation to people, it's simply that they're not as committed to it as INFJ empaths are. So is leaving things that way a better option. 6. Draws narcissists rather than terrifies them. The degree to which the empath and Sigma INFJ are attracted to narcissists is one of the numerous, yet most significant, distinctions between them. Obviously, narcissists are naturally repulsive to sigma INFJs, therefore it is nearly impossible for them to perceive them as dangers. However, because of their tender hearts, INFJ empaths find it nearly hard to avoid encountering their predators. While INFJ empaths still need to go through the suffering in order to learn their lesson, sigma INFJ accomplish this right away, even before the narcissist can introduce themselves, despite the fact that both of them have the ability to destroy the narcissist's pride and ego. 7. The reasons behind their need for solitude vary. While both INFJs have an equal desire for isolation, INFJ empaths are more in need of it because they are always surrounded by people's emotions and are already overwhelmed by the drama of the outside world, whereas sigma INFJs require solitude just because it is where they usually retreat. INFJ empaths take great pleasure in being heaven's instrument to meet people's emotional needs. They devote their valuable time and energy to listening to people's worries and emotions. The sigma INFJ, on the other hand, requires isolation since they don't have a comfortable place to be other than alone. It's their cave or refuge where they ponder and think through specific problems in great detail, and they only interact with the outside world in order to appear temporarily normal. Why is solitude something you crave? 8. Disparities in the way they communicate their ideas. Sigma INFJs don't give a damn about what other people think of them. If they feel compelled to voice their issues loudly, they will. INFJ empaths, on the other hand, prefer to keep their opinions to themselves in an effort to avoid upsetting anyone and preserve peace in their environment. They just can't handle the pandemonium, not that they're scared to offend anyone. Because they are likewise unable to handle chaos, sigma INFJs must occasionally release their inner tension. By speaking out about their beliefs, they release themselves from this internal conflict and irritate others who find it difficult to accept reality. Their only concern is revealing the truths hidden behind everyone's masks, not their emotions. 9. Emotional self-sufficiency level. While INFJ empaths consciously strive to distance themselves from other people's emotions, sigma INFJs are unaware that emotional attachment even occurs. Naturally, they like taking care of their requirements without assistance, which makes them extremely autonomous and self-sufficient. INFJ empaths are capable of doing the same thing, but it takes them reaching psychological fatigue before they can finally muster the willpower to separate from whatever it is that's keeping them up at night. 10. While INFJ empaths aspire to have a major influence on someone's life, sigma INFJs take pride in their invisibility. INFJ empaths constantly struggle to find the delicate balance between fostering peace and losing oneself. This is why staying invisible until the chaos passes always seems safer to sigma INFJs. It's a passive, but less damaging, option. Their task is to maintain their stability and sanity even in the middle of the harshest storms. They don't need to be a part of something grand. They cannot jeopardize peaceful advancement by attempting to understand and resolve another person's problem out of a desire to be their hero. However, this is the very thing that drives INFJ empaths to their demise. Their existential purpose is to bring color into people's lives and have a meaningful impact on the world. Despite having a few different viewpoints and approaches to social interaction, neither of the two INFJs would be any less INFJ due to their vast array of unusual talents that touch people's hearts and amaze the globe. Which are you, an empath or a sigma? Do you believe that INFJs can possess both traits?